Hey, what's up YouTube? Wicked here with another Genshin Impact video. After some pretty big downtime and in-game drought, we finally get a new fun combat event called the Labyrinth Warriors. There's a lot to cover here, so I won't waste too much of your time, so we'll get right into it. First thing I want to talk about is the rewards. There's a ton of rewards in this event. You get a bunch of Primo Gems from the tasks, the shop contains even more Primo Gems and a crown, as well as some typical Ascension and talent materials. On top of all this, completing this event gets us a free Xinyan. Now, she isn't the most amazing character, but I will be making a guide on her shortly, considering everyone will be getting her, so I figure it will be best to give everyone a helping hand as there aren't many Xinyan guides out there. Moving on to the event itself, you can activate it by speaking with Catherine in Inazuma. She will tell you to go meet with Xinyan, and with her, you will go see Kujo Sara, in which she tells you that a new unknown domain opened up filled with monsters and wants you to take care of it. Once you get there, you will be met with the same typical event gateway that leads us to the part that we've been waiting for. Now, I will mention something that's a bit lame. We're only going to get one new trial every 3 days, with the last two coming out together. I don't know why they wanted to time gate this so much, but that's besides the point of the video. Upon selecting the trial, you will have to create 2 teams. After choosing the teams you will use for the event, you will need to choose 3 buffs known as Shikifuda. These provide a variety of active buffs that you will use in battle to help you out. The Flame Seal creates a flame barrier. Being inside this barrier increases the damage you deal by 60% and also increases the damage you receive by 20%. The Lightning Seal creates a lightning barrier that grants 10% decreased cooldowns for your elemental skill and elemental burst, as well as providing you with an increase in energy recharge. The Wind Seal grants you increased jump height as well as a 10% attack speed and movement speed bonus. The Stream Surge Summoning summons a Hydro Spirit that deals AoE Hydro damage. Once destroyed or the duration ends, it will explode, dealing AoE Hydro damage and releasing mist bubbles that imprison surrounding enemies, as well as reducing their healing by 70%. The Snowstorm Summoning summons a Cryo Spirit that deals AoE Cryo damage. It will also lower enemies' physical and elemental resistances by 20%. The Strixwind Summoning continuously pulls in surrounding enemies. Once destroyed or the duration ends, it will explode, dealing AoE Anemo damage and launches opponents. Ensorcelled Waters restores HP to all party members, as well as giving you a heal over time for health and stamina. Bedrock increases the active character's resistance to interruption and decreases all damage taken by 50% for its duration. And lastly, Thunder Orb deals AoE electro damage, as well as granting 2 extra particles for every enemy hit, up to a maximum of 3 enemies. Now you can carry up to 3 Shikifuda, so choose what's best for your playstyle to help you complete the event. First thing you'll notice once you get in is that this isn't your typical type of event. In fact, it's probably the longest and largest combat event we've ever had. To start, if you press the U button, you will open up the map. This will show you the pathways you can take, as well as a bunch of other information hidden behind a bunch of tabs such as enemies in the trial and so on. Moving into a new room, you will be greeted by a sigil. Upon activating it, you will be asked to choose a difficulty. This will affect the room reward buffs as well as the strength of the enemies. Once you've completed the room, you will have the option to choose between 3 buffs. These are pretty random, so choose what's best for you in the current situation. It's also important to note that you cannot heal or revive party members with food or items. Now there are 3 types of sigils in rooms. Combat sigils, which proc the battle prompt letting you fight the enemies for the buff reward. A healing sigil, which allows you to either heal your party members or swap out party members that you had set in the second support party slot. And last, a buff sigil that lets you choose a buff freely, which also lets you re-roll for new ones provided you have the currencies accumulated throughout the trial. Now as you move throughout these hallways, you'll find traps that deal damage, grant debuffs to your party, or treasure chests until you reach the final boss room. Once you defeat the boss, you will take the portal, which leads to a whole new floor to complete. Now thankfully, you don't have to do this all in one go. Once you complete a floor, the uses of your chosen Shikifuda, dead party members, and the progress all save so you can leave and continue at a later time if you wish. Now as you progress through the floors, you will accumulate a currency type called Damaged Replica. You can use this currency to upgrade buffs or conditions set within the event itself. You can upgrade these from the menu outside of the event area on the main page called Charm Magic. Now I'm not entirely sure how useful these are, but it is important to take note of them in case you find yourself maybe needing to use one of them. And lastly, the last currency called Age Token. You can use these within the event shop to pick up the crown, ascension materials, and talent materials, as well as some extra Primo Gems. Now in my opinion, this event is the best we've ever received. It's long, challenging, and it's really fun, and it takes away and changes the monotony that we've been experiencing with the game so far. This is all really good, and honestly I feel like the game needs this type of mode permanently. It adds endgame activity, gives us all something to do, and it's something like this that would refresh weekly or monthly would be an incredible addition to the game. But for now, we have to make do with what we have. What do you think about this event? Let me know in the comments down below, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. I have a lot of stuff in the works, so much more is coming to the channel. So for now, take care, see you all in another video.